Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Capital One Spark Cash Plus credit card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stocks in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the Capital One Spark Cash Plus credit card. First off, we're going to be diving into the cash back and how you can earn it with this card. So you will be receiving 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars as long as you book them through the Capital One travel portal. Then on all other transactions across the board, unlimited, you will be earning 2% cash back. Now with this credit card, you can also earn a spend bonus as well. So as long as you're able to spend at least $30,000 within the first 3 months of having this credit card, you can earn a pretty hefty spend bonus of $1,200. Now, of course, spending $30,000 within the first 3 months of having this credit card, for some people, that's going to be quite difficult. I would have to imagine that for a lot of people, it's going to be very difficult to achieve the $30,000 spend mark in 3 months. It's going to be an average of $10,000 per month. But if you can do it, that would be an easy $1,200 for you. Now with this card, there's also going to be some other benefits as well. So just starting out, you are going to have the benefit of $0 fraud liability. So basically what this means is that if someone steals your credit card, whether it's the physical card or just the card number, and they go online or in person and spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars with this credit card, thankfully you are not going to be held liable to pay for those transactions because you did not authorize them. Then on top of that, you're also going to be receiving year-end summaries. So basically you're going to be receiving an itemized report of your spending, which is going to simplify budgeting come tax time. And then also you're going to be able to assign account managers. With this, your account managers can make purchases as well as make payments to the card. They can review transactions and of course resolve any issues as well. And then you're also going to receive purchase records, so you can download these to input them into Quicken, QuickBooks, and Excel also. And then you can also receive virtual card numbers. So this is going to help keep your account private and prevent any fraud from taking place. You can also receive free employee cards. So perhaps if you want to give your employees credit cards, but you don't want to give them your personal card, you can actually have like authorized users and give employees their own card. And then with those cards, you can also set spend limits and things like that. So maybe for one employee, you only want them to spend $200 per month. You can set their spend limit to $200 per month and then adjust that over time if you need to. But then perhaps you maybe have another employee who you want to allow to spend up to $2,000 per month. You will have that option as well. Then on top of that, you're also going to be receiving an extended warranty protection. So you're going to be receiving a free additional warranty and protection on eligible items that you purchase with this credit card. So now that we went over the main features of this card at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and dive into the fees, because of course that's also super important as well. So starting out, your first fee is going to be your annual fee. So every single year with this credit card, you are going to have to pay $150 for it. So every single year, you are going to have to sit down and evaluate whether or not paying $150 for this card is going to be worthwhile. Are you getting at least $150 or even more in value back to make paying $150 for this credit card worthwhile? Now, there's actually one way that this fee can be waived. The first way, and perhaps the hardest way, would be to spend $150,000 over the course of a year. If you spend at least $150,000 per year with this credit card, then that fee will be waived, so you won't have to pay the $150 fee. And perhaps the easiest way to get that fee waived, but not a guaranteed way, is to call into Capital One and ask if they will waive that fee. Sometimes they will be able to, sometimes they won't. Usually for the first year, maybe even the second year, they might waive that fee, but for the third, fourth, and fifth year moving forward, it's going to be less and less likely that they will be able to waive that fee. Now, as far as some other fees with this credit card go, you're also going to have a cash advance fee. Now, on this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances, and of course, this should not be considered financial advice. Usually with them, you have to pay a lot of fees, plus your interest rate is pretty high as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this credit card, just know that your fees on them are either going to be $5 or 5% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever happens to be greater. Now, as far as some other fees go, there's also going to be a late payment fee. Your late payment fee is going to be 2.99% of the unpaid portion of your minimum payment. And the minimum payment is going to be whatever your balance is indicated on the statement that you receive. All charges made on your account will be due and payable in full whenever you receive your statement, so that's important to know as well. And then finally, with this credit card, thankfully there are no foreign transaction fees. So if you do happen to travel abroad, this is a credit card that you can definitely take with you and continue using, because there are no foreign transaction fees. You don't have to worry about that, and that is a pretty good benefit, because believe it or not, with some of the other credit cards out there on the market, you do get hit with a foreign transaction fee of anywhere between 3 to 5%. And again, with this credit card, there are no foreign transaction fees. So now that we went over the main features of this credit card as well as the fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this credit card and the worst things about this credit card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you will be receiving 2% cash back across the board. So simplicity is key here. You know that you're going to be receiving 2% cash back on all transactions, and then 5% cash back on the transactions made through the Capital One travel portal. Then you're also going to be receiving a $1,200 spend bonus as long as you spend at least $30,000 within the first 3 months of having this credit card. So if you're able to spend that amount, you can earn a pretty good spending bonus there of $1,200. Also, your annual fee is going to be waivable as long as you're able to spend at least $150,000 in a year. So if you're a business that's a high spender, then you can also get that annual fee waived. That's a pretty good perk there. And then finally, with this credit card, there are no foreign transaction fees. So that's a pretty good benefit as well. So those are the best things about this credit card. As far as the drawbacks go, even though you are going to have that ability to earn the spend bonus of $1,200, $30,000 in 3 months is going to be too much for a lot of people to spend. Unless you're a very high spending business, more than likely that $30,000 spend is going to be completely out of reach. And also, the second drawback is the fact that you will have that $150 annual fee. So that is going to be something that you do have to sit down every single year and evaluate whether or not paying $150 for this credit card is going to be worthwhile for you and your business, unless of course you're able to spend at least $150,000 in a year, or if you're able to call into Capital One and get that annual fee waived. And then finally, if I wanted to be super picky, I would say this credit card doesn't have like any additional categories where you can earn even more cash back. Like they don't have a category for travel or gas or something like that. It would be great if you could earn like 2% cash back across the board, and then in travel maybe get 3% cash back. You're also not receiving like any credits back for using QuickBooks or any credits for travel or anything like that. But again, that could be me just being super picky with that. But just to sum things up here, all in all, if you're a high spending business, this credit card could be worthwhile for you. 2% cash back, all in all, is pretty solid. Plus you have the ability to earn the $1,200 spend bonus. So if you're able to earn the $1,200 spend bonus and you're able to spend $150,000 per year or more with this credit card and get that annual fee waived, it might be worth it. However, you might also want to look at some of the other credit cards out there on the market that have better perks, better credits, and things like that as well. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.